Hi, today this is a video of my oil-fired Lennox furnace that is 60 years old, that I know of. That's all the company would tell me. They said that they didn't have any information on anything after they sell it to the customer, and that really seems like that's not a very good customer service to me. But I guess it's just my opinion. But all I wanted to know is info on the model number, and I guess they discontinued that model or something, or just redesigned the whole company. So I couldn't find any info on it. So if you guys that watch this video have any info on this furnace, that'd be great. I would love any info I can get, and I'll give you some information about the specs and stuff at the end of the video. Hope you like it. Thanks. Okay, this is the video of my oil furnace that I'm going to be putting in my welding shop that I'm going to be building in about 3 years. And a friend of mine gave it to me. It was sitting in his garage for a while, not being used. A friend of his gave it to him for heating his garage, but he never got to the putting it in, or or he was afraid that he would have a fire hazard for all kinds of different things, because he didn't really know the knowledge of hooking up a oil-fired furnace, or he didn't really want to have a big tank of oil in his garage too. So he gave it to me. He said I could have it, so I'm going to use it in my workshop, and it's going to be a backup for my original heating system. And it's crazy, but you usually do the opposite. Backup from a forced hot air furnace or something would be some kind of non-mechanical thing like a wood stove, but I'm doing the opposite. I'm actually a backup for my wood stove. If that fails, I use this. Or if I just want to quickly warm up the place without lighting a fire in the wood stove, then I can just turn the switch on. So, that works pretty good too. I'm going to adapt this one into the wood-fired forced hot air furnace that I have as well for my workshop, and that works really well. Love that. Heats my workshop on wood as well as my wood stove. My wood stove's an old coal stove, actually. It burns wood pretty good. But back to the oil burner. This is the oil burner itself, and it's pretty old. It has a small motor, but I think it runs at 3450 RPMs, but the pump runs at like 1725 because it's a belt-driven pump, and the belt rides like that. And it runs really slow, but it seems to run really efficiently and burn the fuel really good and clean with minimal exhaust. I don't even think there's really any smoke at all. So it's pretty good that way. And came with everything. It came with a nice vibromatic valve. Seems like it works. And it came with a filter that I got a new cartridge for. I'm a big fan of the general filters, 1A30, but that's not for this filter. That one doesn't fit this one. This one's for my other furnace that is in my other workshop. And it takes the white gear-looking filter, the one that's non-fibrous. They say it won't gum up your screens and stuff, so that works good too. It has the old stack relay control, and it works now, and hopefully it doesn't fail after I hook it up. It seems to be fine. It's in good condition. Usually the bimetallic strip fails, but this one was in really pretty good shape. I cleaned it up with a little wire brush and everything, got all the soot off of it. The elbows need to be fixed because they leak like a sieve, but that's, $5 a piece. That's not bad. I just need to replace them. I got a brand new piece of flexible aluminum duct, 8 feet long, and it's in pretty good shape still. Just a couple of dents. I plan on using that and as my exhaust into the chimney. And when it came, it had just this control box, and all it is just a terminal block inside with a whole bunch of wires going in and stuff like that. And it didn't have any winter-summer switch on it, so I couldn't manually turn the fan on if I wanted it in the summertime just to blow cool air through my workshop. So what I did is I wired up a bypass in the feed line coming in right here. I bypassed the hot wire. The hot wire comes in and doesn't connect to the terminal board until it goes through a wire nut and then goes back through this wire and goes to the terminal, and then it is a selector, and winter goes back and goes to the terminal board, but the summer hot wire goes through the same thing, but it goes through and comes back and goes up through here through this new BX wire that I put in with one single conductor in it, nothing else, not even a ground, because I don't even need that because the whole casing's acting as ground. And the hot wire bypasses the thermostat inside that usually triggers the fan to turn on when it gets hot enough, and then you just flick it up and it turns on the blower immediately, or you can just flick the switch down and it goes to normal operation. It came with a really nice Pyromatic electrical switch that turns off the power when there's a fire. That's supposed to be mounted on the ceiling, and that will be when I put it on the workshop. Came with a whole set of wires and everything, conduit, and pretty much that's really the basics of it, other than the motor. I'm not sure exactly if I need to just replace the start capacitor or something else major. Hopefully I don't have to replace the motor. It seems to run after starts up, but once in a while it'll get stuck in one point and just hum, and then it trips the little breaker on the back of the motor. Other than that, it's all good, but after you press this button, it just starts up and runs great. It has a very good size opening for viewing into the firebox. That's huge. Or if you just want to check the small little thing, you can open this little thing like that. This is the air adjuster to adjust the amount of air into it, and I've set it pretty much to the amount that looks good to me, but I want to get it professionally inspected and tuned up when I finally install it with the local oil burner technician. And probably someday this big solid iron core transformer for the ignition will go, or the terminals will be worn out or something. I'll have to replace those. I haven't had to do that yet, so that's good. It ignites still. If I have to replace the burner, then it's going to be tough, because I'm probably going to have to put a adapter down here, because the pipe going in, the flange going into the oil burner is like 5 inches compared to a standard like 3.5 or 4 inch, somewhere around there for the standard oil burner. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen when I do that, if I have to replace the burner someday. But it seems to be running fine, so I guess leave it that way. It came with this, I think it's like a 40-gallon tank. I'm not sure. I don't think it's a 55-gallon. Maybe it's less than 40. Maybe it's 35 or something, but still, it's around that range. And he gave it to me with about like 10 gallons of heating oil in it, so I was really lucky to have that. But it was a nightmare, because I actually had to take like 5 gallons of water out of the bottom of the tank before I could filter it and everything. And what I did is to separate the water, I used Seafoam Auto Marine Fleet motor treatment. It's for gas and diesel fuel, or engine oil and stuff like that, and it seemed to work really amazing on the heating oil that I did. I poured it in, and it's like amazing reaction with the rainbow effect of chemical reaction with the water and the seafoam, and it's like within 24 hours all the water was at the bottom of the jugs that I was filtering it with, so I just siphoned off the fuel at the top, so it was really good. Then I also had some extra trans-tune automatic transmission hydraulic power steering tune-up and conditioner. Cleans gums and varnishes and removes moisture. That worked really well too, and both of them work good. So if you ever wanted to clean out the water or stuff in your fuel oil, try one of these. They're both I think around $9 a bottle. Not bad, but a little goes a long way. But I used a whole bottle anyway because I just wanted to get as much water as I could out of it. Other than that, it's all good. If you have any questions, or if you have any info on this furnace, that'd be great if you could give me all the info you can, or stuff like that. I'm going to give you guys the info that's on these tags right here. And let's see, the oil-fired furnace model is OH6105S. Maximum firing rate 0.75 gallons per hour. That's I think 3/4 of a gallon in an hour. Right now I have a 0.575 gallons per hour nozzle in it. That's almost a little bit over half a gallon an hour. And put that in because I didn't want to use as much fuel and I didn't need as much heat. It seems to be running really good on that, and that's a mobile home furnace nozzle made by Devlon. Electrical rating 115 volts, 12 amps or less. Furnace, let's see, maximum bonnet capacity 84,000 BTU hours. Maximum firing rate, same as above, that's 0.75, but now it's 0.575. Lennox oil burner model number OM20-7. The draft, I don't think that's necessary, but if you need it, it's 0.02 inches of water gauge. And pretty much that's all for that. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much all. So, if you have anything you need to know about it, or actually, if you have anything I need to know about it, give me a message, and that would be great. And please rate and comment. Thanks.